Let's talk about how you can build and manage your campground's online reputation and how paying attention to your reputation can help you get more bookings. I'm Alex Burkett, and this is the Outdoor Lenses Podcast. Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Excited to be here with you, continuing part 3 of our series, looking at all the different ways that your marketing channels can help you sell. I'm really excited to dive into this one today. I'm going to talk about a new announcement that we have along with our topic today. We're going to really dive into online reputation from the viewpoint of selling and helping you book up your park as we head into this season. I know we're approaching the middle of March here, and we are counting down the days. For some of you, you might be starting to open, or you're open right now. And others of you, we're looking at 60, 90 days until we're getting ready to open here in May. I know it's a really exciting time, and this is really where I think this series can be most valuable, as we're all starting to look at the checkbooks and figure out, where do we need to grow and where do we need to fill up and capture more revenue from our customers. And this piece around online reputation is something that gets missed a lot, and I feel like it's something that we don't talk a lot about. And that's because the amount of eyeballs that might be on this channel come in a really different form than they might on somebody's website or your social media channels or any other marketing channel where somebody actually comes to you, they engage, you put out content, and they get something back in return. When we talk about your online reputation, it's complicated, and this really is something that matters though, and it's where you can build up your brand and become a more established player in this space. And so you might ask, well, how do I go about building that online reputation? And we've done a number of podcasts covering different strategies and things, such as sharing your reviews with your customers and all the things that you can do to try and prevent negative reviews and get people to share more positive experiences. Feel free to go watch those episodes or catch up on any of the past episodes in this sales series. But that's not what I'm going to talk about today. Instead, we're going to approach this from the angle of sales and trying to capture those campsite bookings. But I felt like it would be helpful, just as a refresher or for new people who are sort of joining our family, to cover a little bit about what it means to actually build that reputation and what I mean when I say that. And so I wanted to start with a stat, and really this is one that I learned very early on, and it got me thinking around this topic, and it's something that I've never been able to take my focus off of, and it's why we offer this as one of our key service offerings. Consumer trust and loyalty really matters, and it's at an all-time high. 62% of all consumers and customers in today's marketplace are loyal to the brands that they trust, and those brands alone. If it's not someone that they trust, it's somebody that they're not going to give their dollars and their business to. And so when you're thinking about this for your park, you need to become that loyal brand that they trust and that they're willing to share their experiences online. It's going to help you grow your business, really increase and improve your online visibility and the presence that your brand has in the market. A lot of times, if you go and you look at businesses who have more reviews, they typically have been in business for longer, they have a larger customer base, and they're somewhere that people trust and want to actually go and stay because they trust all of the other consumers that have gone and shared their feedback. If you have hundreds of reviews from campers who love your park, not only is your business going to grow because of this, but that presence and that credibility in the marketplace is going to help out quite a bit. Not only do you get this credibility, but Google actually sees this as a really positive signal in the market, and it's going to help you get higher rankings. If you've ever searched for a campground and type in state name blank campground near me, or just blank campground, San Antonio campground, Boston campground, whatever city it is, and you pulled up that list on the Google Maps and you get the search results that come there, those listings are largely based and populated based on reviews. And of course, the relevancy to the search and all the other things that make up that query. But reviews plays a large factor in how Google treats you in that ranking. And if you want to show up higher in those specific search results, then that's what you need to do to get those higher rankings. You need to get people to review your brand and your business online in your Google My Business profile. And leave their review, and that's going to help you move up those rankings and get more credibility. And so, like I mentioned, there are a number of things and ways that can be done, but you really want to look at, what can you do that's going to improve your sales and boost conversions. And a lot of times what I find is this comes down to how you're getting the information and where you're getting customers to actually leave those reviews, and what you're doing after the review's done to make that meaningful and worthwhile to get the next sale. And so I'll break down each of those pieces here one by one. So when we talk about this as far as, directing people to a certain location and how that can be used to boost sales, here's what I mean when I say that. Most customers, 9 out of 10 customers, are reading their online reviews in a particular channel before they make a purchase. And for different customers, the channel may be completely different. So we've already talked about your Google My Business profile and the reviews that are left there. For some people, it might be Facebook with Facebook reviews. They check out your social media profile, they look at your reviews, they check out the business, see what's happening, see what's going on, at your park. And for a lot of people, it may be campground specific or review specific travel websites. So that's where we'll talk about places like TripAdvisor or Yelp, or even campground review sites like campgroundreviews.com, Campground Views. There's a number of providers out there that are more directory listings, even popular apps like The Dirt, Campendium, whatever those may be. People are leaving their feedback there for your park, and it's helpful to know what people are saying about you and what you can do to actually go in and respond. And so that's where we want to lead those consumers and those customers to a particular channel where we want them to review us. So if we want them to go to our Google profile, we want to provide them with the information to do so. And that can be done all through automation, the checkout process. It could be something that you leave a physical paper at their site. Your manager could even email or call people afterwards, just asking them to go ahead and leave this review. I mean, there's a whole number of ways that you can do it, automated or not, to set this up and get a method in place. But you want to figure out what that is. If you're already ranking really well on Google and you're showing up for those search results, well, why don't you get them to switch over and leave it on Yelp as well, or on TripAdvisor? Maybe you rank third in your local region on TripAdvisor and you want to get up to number 1. Well, you're going to want to lead people to your TripAdvisor listing more often than not to help you boost your ranking there. It doesn't mean you necessarily have to abandon other channels, but we just got to be thinking strategically about what we want to do to lead people in a particular direction. And so that's where we talk about, what we can do to actually boost those sales and conversions. And that's where that trust signal is given to the brand and what's being offered. If we break down the other piece of the puzzle, so we've already got people coming in, they're already staying in our park, we're leading them in a particular way, in a particular channel, that's great. And that's something that obviously we want. But what we want to do, truthfully, is get them to come and actually make the sale beyond just leaving that review. So if somebody's already stayed at our park once, we've got them to come and leave a review on a particular channel of our choice. We want them to come back and obviously stay again, tell more people, leave more reviews, and you want to get that cascading effect down to the other areas of your park. And so what you also want to think about is, during this reviews process, is there any way or any particular method that we can use to track this and figure out who those customers are that left the review and what information I can get from them to go ahead and remarket to them the next time that they want to stay, and maybe offer them a special discount or some sign of loyalty for them going ahead and leaving this review. And so that's really the tricky part of this conversation, and where my answer is always, well, it depends. I don't know your park, I don't know your audience, and I don't know the goals that you're trying to do and what that process looks like. If you want it to be automated, if you want to have a personal touch, what you're going to do to actually capture this guest information and figure this out really depends on your park and what all you're doing. But the process can be simple. If you want to use your reservation system, I know CampSpot is one that offers this, and there may be others in the industry as well that enable an automatic email to be sent when the guest departs. If your reservation system doesn't offer that, feel free and sign up for a free email tool and put that in place and send those reminders to the guest that way. Track and see who's opened them, who's left a review, and make a note of that in the database so that you can segment that list. If you're not trying to segment these people, then you're really not doing all that you can after the review's done to follow up and make that next sale. We've got our cheerleaders and they're telling us who are the people that are leaving the really good 5-star reviews. They're publicly cheering on our brand and sharing about our park. We want to be able to go back and say to them first, hey, we really appreciate you. Here's what we're offering. Here's what we're doing for you. And this is what we're trying to do to get you to come back to our park and make another sale. Maybe we offer them a long-time stay discount. Like if they stay a week, we're going to give them 10% off, or whatever that looks like for you. Put that in place and reward your best customers and figure out what you can do to help them bring even more audiences and bring in new people, or go and have them leave a review on another channel. If they've left one on Google, maybe that next time they stay, remind them, hey, thanks so much again for leaving a review on our Google page. We'd really appreciate it if you also left your feedback on our TripAdvisor profile. We're really looking to, share this message and grow our new audience, and we'd love to find more campers like you who would love what we're doing here, and then maybe you give them something. There's got to be something in it for them, and you need to make it valuable enough. But if you can segment that list, figure out who these people are, and how you can get this information and leverage it to build more sales in your community, then it's all worth it. And that's why really paying attention to this part of your reputation matters. People's eyeballs are already going here to make these purchasing decisions. And we know that people are looking at reviews. They want to find brands that they can trust. And this is an important part of your marketing, even if it's not classically defined as marketing. I mean, it is. It's communication. It's talking with your customers. It's really the public trust and branding perception of what your park is and who it stands for. But it's not advertising, and we're not putting out our information. We're relying on our guests to share their experience, and we're going to go and communicate with them and figure out what we can do to actually improve our reputation over time. So just because we think about it differently doesn't mean that we need to treat it any differently, or not as important as any of the other parts of marketing that we're currently doing. So I would say really consider this and make it an important piece and a cornerstone of your marketing today. And that leads me to, like I said, the announcement that I wanted to make. And we haven't released this yet, and it's not available on our site yet. But being our podcast audience, I wanted to announce it here first. You guys have been really loyal and really great. We've been getting a ton of great feedback at shows and from vendors and people in the industry saying how valuable that this podcast is. And I just couldn't believe it. It's been something that I've loved to do and something I never thought would become this popular. So if there's somebody in the industry who's new, who you think could benefit from this, share it with a friend. I would really appreciate that. But the announcement. So what we're announcing is that reputation management, being that it's so important, and really we've seen it just be key to a lot of the customers that we work with, and it's something that we're doing a lot of already. We're going to be offering this as a free service from now going forward. I don't anticipate stopping this, as a free service included with any of our other marketing services. So as long as you're a customer with us, and it's something that you're, currently using and a part of our family, we're going to offer it, completely free of charge. We'll help you get set up with these profiles, these accounts. We'll actually be in there monitoring your reputation weekly and responding to new comments and feedback as they come in, figuring out solutions and ways that you can actually implement some of these strategies into your own marketing, and where we can use this again as another sales channel. If we've already got a website going for you, this is another really great extension that we can have, that link on the website that directs people right to the profiles of your choice, where you can actually go and collect their reviews and get people's feedback. So it really is an important part of marketing, and we want you to consider and look into this. So it's something we're going to be offering for free starting moving forward. And whether you're a current customer or potentially a new customer, or a park out there who might need this, reach out and we'll be happy to set you up and get started. Thanks, everyone. Hope you found today's episode valuable. Really excited for this announcement and the future of this moving forward. We can't wait to work with even more parks on this and help you guys get set up for success as we head into the season. I know that's been one of the challenges I remember working at a campground, with keeping up with the number of reviews coming in and staying on top of things. And we're there to help this season take care of that and help you guys stay on top of that as well. So hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We'll see you back here at the end of the week for another great episode. This episode this week will not be a guest conversation. We'll actually be out at the Wisconsin Waco show here. And so we'll be doing another great marketing episode that's separate from our normal sales conversation. So hope to see you guys back here on Friday for more great episodes. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and I'll see you back here soon. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week.